Good morning, everyone. So, other than the pandemic, the disaster in Washington, D.C., tornadoes, blizzard conditions across the Midwest, volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and who knows what else, how's everyone's year going so far? You know, to stay informed of what's going on this earth plane, we have to listen to the news. But in doing so, we can get sucked into everything going on around us. And with that, we can really lose our way very quickly. It can get us caught up into the ups and downs of life on this earth to the point that we don't know our own selves about what's right or wrong, why we're here, and what good are we doing? Or, as my mother would say, is the world going to hell in a handbasket? Life is always here to throw us a curve. It's here to keep us on our toes, so to speak. And we'll do anything to wake us up to the truth of what life is, to the truth of who we are, if and only if we continue to fall asleep over and over again. When we make the decision to turn our attention away from the spirit during the day, we will get caught up in life around us. It's happening around us to do just that. But let's take a look at it for a minute. In the past, we would make our New Year's resolutions. We had such grand ideas of what life was going to be like for us. And how long did those resolutions actually last? Did they even last one day? So we might make the decision, I'm going to walk every day for 30 minutes. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to give up sugar. And all these things are great intentions until one day it's raining and we say, well, it's too wet to walk today, so I'll go tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and something else comes up to give us the excuse not to walk. If we plan to eat better, that only lasts until we're out to dinner and all those great dishes are put in front of us. Oh, I'll give in just this once. And then this once turns into more and more often. Well, giving up sugar, that only lasts until you go to the New Year's Day foot-filled party and everyone has brought all of their goodies from Christmas and New Year's Eve, and you help yourself to that. Life itself conspires to keep us off track and to keep us from growing. From the littlest thing, like doing 30 minutes of exercise every day, to a much bigger thing of doing 30 minutes of meditation every day. Eating better and giving up sugar? Heck, we're better at keeping those promises to ourselves than keeping the promise to spend more time just thinking about God, source, love, whatever it is we want to call it, during more and more of our days. And yet, we still can't seem to keep even those promises to ourselves. When I spoke the last time, I shared with you what many of my friends and myself came to realize during this past year, that we'd already made the decision to be the Christ in form on this planet. So instead of getting our word for the year, letting us know what our lives would be like during 2020, sometime during the year, we realized that the word we were given at the beginning of 2020 was actually our marching orders for the year. That instead of it coming to us, it was requiring us to bring that into the world. So if we got the word love, we were to bring love to the planet. If we got the word joy, then we were to find the joy in life and bring more of that to the world. Peace. Then we were to become peace itself inside and radiate that peace out to the world. So 2020 actually presented us with a huge opportunity to look at life from the outside in, to stand back a bit from what was going on and be what we came to this earth to be. I also made the statement that perhaps in actuality, you also had been given your marching orders this past year. And that if you looked at what you had written on your white stone from last year, that was actually what you were to bring to this earth during this whole time of 2020 and the pandemic and everything. So, whatever word or phrase you received this year might be what you are to bring to the earth for this coming year. I said all of that on a Sunday, and then look what happened on Wednesday, not 3 days later. Complete chaos in Washington, D.C. And if you had listened to my message on Sunday, were you attempting to implement that by Wednesday? And if you were attempting to do that, were you able to hold that on Wednesday? Or were you, like I did for a while, get caught up in all the chaos that occurred, jumping from fright to anger, back to fear, resentment? What did happen inside of you on that Wednesday? Even if you were caught up in any of those emotions on one hand, were you able to somehow, somewhere inside of yourself, were you able to remind yourself of what you heard on Sunday? That you were here to be the word you were given on that white stone? Or in the face of a dramatic situation, did you forget all about that and just allow yourself to get caught up into what was happening outside of yourself? Not one of us is perfect at this time. And it's not about whether or not you got caught up in the emotions of what was happening. It's about even in the midst of feeling all those emotions, were you able to, at the same time, also hold to some degree whatever word you were given in the midst of it all? Were you able to hold love, to hold peace, abundance? Were you able to hold and declare that joy will once again come to our country and our planet? Were you able to hold compassion, not only for those being attacked, but also for the souls doing the attacking? Or did all that go out the window in watching what was going on? Where were you on this scale in watching everything going on with so much destruction? What were we to do to assist ourselves in holding a higher spiritual space for this country and for this world? In the midst of all of it going on, I had to ask myself that, what can I do? And I heard, ask for help, ask us for our help. So ask your guides, your angels, your high self, source, whatever you want to call that energy outside of you and inside of you, to help you. Your angels, your guides are right here, so ready to assist you in whatever you want to see happen in your world. However, you have to truly want to be helped. It can't be a wishy-washy kind of asking. You have to dig in deep and truly decide if at that moment you really want the help. You have to decide at that moment you truly want to hold the space of love, peace, whatever, and not be caught up in all the chaos. If at the depths of your soul, you can look at what is happening and truly want to be the light at that moment, it will be given to you. And this can be for anything we want on this physical plane and for helping keeping in touch with spirit on the higher plane. A friend of mine belongs to the organization OA, Overeaters Anonymous. And one of the things they stress in there is that the journey they are embarking on might not be an easy one, but there will be help whenever they ask for it. And that means not only from someone here on this earth plane to help them through a tough spot, but also that there is a much higher power than us here to assist them. And all they have to do is ask. What I notice in Unity is that we are given that we are in charge, and we are. It's all up to us to make the decision to change our minds, to look at things differently, to choose a different way of being. And through that, we grow. We get stronger, more powerful, more centered in our spiritual journey. And it's through the work we do inside of ourselves. However, one of the things I think we forget to remember is that we are not on this path alone. We have help. We have help from the greatest power and source there is, the infinite one, the source of all. And we have that help coming to us from our own personal guides and angels that surround us. We have to remember that they also are on a journey in their spiritual development. Their development depends on how much they assist us in our journey. But they can't assist us unless we ask. So ask for help. Not that all the time they're going to do things for us, but that they will give us their energy to assist us in what is ours to do. However, I have also noted that sometimes when I ask, things are done for me without any assistance from me in any way. And that is the beauty of partnering with those that surround you from the other side. But it's all up to us. It's up to us to make the decision that it's time for us to bring forth the harmony, the love, the light that we are. It's time for us to bring forth the compassion, the healing, and the peace that we are. Some of us may have made some of those resolutions that we make every year, but this just shows us where we know we can do better in keeping these bodies and minds healthier in different ways. It shows us where we might be getting stuck in our own personal ruts that we need to get out of. But just look back now. How many of those resolutions have you fully kept? And how many of them have you already distanced yourself? So the first question is, how many of those resolutions do you want to continue keeping? And how many do you want to just let go of? Every day is a new day, and we begin each and every day brand new. So, how much do you truly want to keep that resolution? Was it just something you felt would be a nice resolution, or was it something that you just knew at the depths of your being that it was time to follow that new path? It really doesn't matter which it was. If it was just one of those things that you felt would be a nice resolution, then throw it out. Don't waste any more time on it. Now is not the time for you to do it. That's all. No big deal. If, however, it was something that you just knew at the depths of your being that it was time to follow that new path, then ask for help in keeping that resolution. If you wanted to get up every morning and walk for 30 minutes, but you didn't get to sleep until 5 a.m. and it's now 7 a.m., ask for their help to get you up to take that walk. And then come back and go back to bed or take a nap later. It just helps you build momentum for moving your life forward. For those of you who decided that whatever their word or phrase was on their white stone this year, that was going to be their marching orders for this new year, ask for help. Then from the other side, they're just waiting to give us the nudge, the remembering, the strength, whatever it is, to hold fast and firm to being that which we are called to be. Remember, it's up to us to call upon them. They can't help us unless we ask. They have all this energy just waiting to give to us, but they can't do anything with it until we ask. So let's do that right now in a time of meditation. I invite you to close your eyes and take a deep breath in And as you let it out, just allow your body to relax. So go back in time to the beginning of this year, not that long ago. And you might want to remember the resolutions that you made. Were they ones that you thought would be nice to do? Or were they ones that you truly wanted to have come to pass? You could remember what you wrote on your white stone 2 weeks ago. Was that something that was a message for you about your year ahead? Or was it the direction for you to grow in sharing this year? None of it matters. What matters is what your decision is about it. Have you found it easy to fulfill your decision to hold to those things? Or are you struggling to hold on to those resolutions, those decisions? Whatever it is, just sit in that space for a moment or two. And then ask yourself, do I need help with this? So just sit for a moment and think about that and take it in. Do you need help with this? If the answer is yes, then tune into your guides, your angels to source, and ask them to help you. What kind of help do you need? Is it the courage to hold to your resolution in the face of criticism from others? Then ask for that help. Is it help to have the strength day after day to do what you had wanted to do? Then ask for that help. Doesn't matter what kind of help you need, just ask for it. And if you don't know what kind of help you need, but you know you need help, then just ask them to help you out in a way that they know is best for you, because they do know what is best for you. Now just sit there for a few moments, asking for their help. And now thank them in advance for all the help that they will be giving you, and thank them for all the help that they already are giving you. And so when you're ready, just take a deep breath and open your eyes. And just remember, those that are around you to help you, they don't mind how often you ask for help. They actually would prefer you to continuously ask for their help. Why? It's not for them, it's for you, to help you keep your mind on them. Then, after you ask for help, remember to thank them for all the help that they are giving you all of the time. So, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for being a part of this message. So, God bless everyone. Namaste. Have a beautiful week.